Hi Taurus, here is a general look at your solar chart for the whole of 2012, and if you would like to know more information about the Grand Cross coming up in July and the dance of the outer planets and how it's affecting us all worldwide, then go and listen to the video, which should be down here at the bottom, maybe now or at the end. But it's called The Shift 2012. So for you, both your ruling planet Venus and also the planet Mars will be in extraordinarily long transits this year. Venus will be in Gemini from April the 4th to August the 8th, and will be sharing the stage with Jupiter from June. So they'll both be in an area for you to do with money, property, and also assets, and those can be inborn assets in the form of your talents. So it could be good news for you, very good news for you, in fact, if you play your cards right, Taurus. It could mean that things are easier on your pocket, or it may mean that through other resources you are reducing your cost of living, because very much Jupiter is about expansion. And so you should be expanding your range of how you get resources or lines of supply, you see. It could also mean your talents or services are far more appreciated than of late, and it's just easier for you to feed the piggy bank, or your outgoings aren't so high, you've reduced those, and it can be working in other ways as well. Venus's transit is relatively short, but the Jupiter one, which I'll speak about later, is quite a lot longer. Mars is going to be in a very positive angle to your sun sign from November the 11th, 2011, so that's gone now, to July 2012, even though I'm doing this then. A long transit, this, dynamically activating your area of children, creative enterprises, romance. It could be, one of those things, but hey, it could be all of those things as well. You'll probably get more opportunity to be center stage, though, for there to be admiring glances coming your way, whether that's from the eyes of a child or a lover. And you could be on the receiving end of treats, more chance, more access to entertainment and fun times, and you could be more in the mood as well to take risks and encourage perhaps others to do the same during the time Mars is in this playful area. This is an area also to do with animals. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yes. Now, Jupiter, planet of expansion, entered your sign June 2011, and it's going to stay there until June the 12th, 2012. So Jupiter energy tends to expand. It's a big planet, and it expands people's lives. And for you, it'll have been encouraging a real growth spurt for you personally, where just your evolution will have accelerated a lot. You'll be learning ever such a lot of new stuff, probably. And your mind will be opening up to new ideas, fields of interest, unfamiliar scenarios or situations that you don't know the first thing about, but you just kind of got to wing it in a way. And generally, get you thinking along very different lines. Jupiter is the planet of learning through doing. It's very experiential. And you'll probably be getting a broader perspective on things as you're learning through doing, entertaining new possibilities as well. The expansive, benevolent influence of Jupiter will bring new knowledge through what you have to do, what you have to overcome, what you experience, and could plunge you into environments which are rather alien, but which you become more mature and wiser, because you've been in these, you've been through these scenarios. And Jupiter will depart in, as I say, June 2012. You Taurians born 20th of April to the 21st of May, and this is, don't take this rigidly. It's around about those dates. will feel this vibration most strongly, or in fact, it goes across the whole of your sign, indeed. So also, if you've got any degree of Taurus rising, you'll be feeling this vibration over 2012 as well. And then on June 12th, Jupiter enters your financial area. This is really good news. Again, always with the proviso that you play your cards right, because Jupiter is a big planet, and it tends to be benevolent, although, it can scupper you if you take on too much and you overstretch yourself financially or with property. But if you play your cards right anyway, Jupiter in the financial area, which is also to do with property and possessions and kind of basic material stuff like food as well, roof over the head, food on the table, house. This vibration can attract very useful resources like money, property, possessions, or anything of material worth, or indeed, it doesn't have to be a thing. It could be sort of training or a ticket to somewhere. You can really take advantage of Jupiter here until June 2013. It's an area of ease, so to improve, things, home comforts and so on, but also lines of supply, as I say, the vegetable patch maybe, and definitely time to capitalize upon any asset, whether that's, digging the garden, or whether that's, capitalizing on an asset that you've not developed into a skill yet, but, you should, or you could, or you've halfway done it, or you started but you had to stop, whatever it is. And you Taurians born up until the 8th of May, or up to 17 degrees of Taurus rising, will be feeling this vibration over the second half of the year. Now, Saturn continues its transit of Libra until October 2012, which means that you're in this long cycle of having to work harder on a daily basis. It might be connected with providing a service for somebody. You might be scrutinizing or looking harder or having more involvement with health and fitness, whether that's your health or somebody else's health, but just being more aware of it. And foodstuffs as well, and anything nourishing, for the body over this time. Some of you will become have to become more self-disciplined about these things: diet, exercise, the therapies or the medicines or the remedies, and having to be quite, keeping with the schedule with it all. And hopefully, maintaining good lines of supply. And in some ways, this position of Saturn is a time of preparation for when it leaves in October 2012. This is the stitch in time saves 9. So all the work that you put in now on your own health and fitness, or somebody else's, or the job, or just the daily grind of the daily routines, it's going to stand you in good stead down the line, and you'll be glad you did it. Generally, though, it does mean harder work and more responsibility on a daily basis, keeping things ticking over, and also employers, maybe service providers, doctors, employees. You've got to be more responsible towards them, or because of them, because of what the position that they put you in, or the advice they give, or whatever it is. These people can sometimes seem unnecessarily stringent or pedantic or gruff as well. But also you can set up really good routines to help you out with anything around work and health also. So overall, you may feel tested and have to be more consistent and disciplined in these areas. But if you do build up this better regime and get more skilled and healthier by jumping perhaps through a few hoops sometimes to get things, you can get things running how you want them to. In this Saturn cycle, you learn how to concentrate your energy into building new elements into your daily work or health, and fitness regime, and also you'll learn how to just be humble and just be there for others as well. You Taurians born 10th of May to 20th to 21st of May will feel this vibration mostly over 2012. And then Saturn leaves that area at last, and from October the 6th will be transiting your opposite sign, Scorpio, for 2.5 years. So more about that in part 2. I'll see you there. Hi Taurus, here's part 2 of your forecast for 2012. Now, as I said, Saturn will be beginning its transit of your opposite sign, Scorpio, from October the 6th, 2012. And it'll be there for around about 2.5 years, which means that you're going to be in a cycle of having to work harder at balancing your needs and requirements with the needs and requirements of others. Some of you could be putting a relationship on a more formal footing at this time as well. And you see, what's happening at the moment is that you are completing a process, astrologically speaking. You're completing a process which began actually 14 years ago, when you were redefining yourself and your world. So there was something going on then which was helping you to do that, or you were sort of thrown into a situation where you had to do that. Now that sense of self is coming up for its first big test, and it'll be time of weighing in the balance which alliances are worth greater effort from you and greater commitment from you, and which are not. And if you are old enough, look back 28, 29 years to get some insight into what is going on now in your life, or what will shortly be going on now in your life anyway, and what happened next. And now you Taurians born up to the end of April, or with up to 11 degrees Taurus rising, going to feel this vibration most in 2012. It means that some people are you feel like giving you a hard time. Now, it can be long-term, a close relationship, or short-term close relationship, but because, of their rules, their regulations, or because of their behavior, or because they haven't grown as much as you, or you haven't grown as much as them, you're going to perceive them as giving you a hard time. Also, probably some of you are going to start to feel a bit lonely. This planet Saturn does tend to make us feel lonely, especially if it's in a relationship house, as it will be from October 26th. Whether you're in a relationship or not, not satisfied. You want improvements in the relationships you have, or you are longing for there to be a long-term relationship in your life. That's another way it can work. But having said all that, it can work really well as well, because it's about history, it's about roots. It might mean that if you can be slowly putting down roots with certain other people who are teaching you huge amounts, which you may not know in the now, but you may further down the line look back over your shoulder and say, wow, I really got a lot out of that relationship, whether that's a formal business or professional type relationship, or a personal one, you see. So anyway, that is going to be the new Saturn cycle. Uranus is going to be transiting a more obscure, less extrovert area of your chart for many years, and this could be inspiring you artistic children of the bull, very much with your imagination, but also could stimulate dreams, visions, psychic or healing ability, and you could find yourself having, strange coincidences or telepathic experiences or prophetic dreams during this time, which take you back, You may also have more involvement with specialized groups who work behind the scenes, or in institutions or centers which could be connected to health or education, hospitals and the like. This is an innovative, alternative vibration, which means you could discover new approaches which are not mainstream, related to any of these areas. And a previous way of being may suddenly be overturned or replaced by a new order of things, and you may have to adapt to a new environment, which could be inspirational and interesting, but could take you, as I say, very much by surprise. For many years, Neptune has been making its influence felt in the area of your career, your life direction, and your worldly image, and meaning that you would have had to be more humble, put ego on one side, made your contribution in a more selfless, perhaps low-key way, anything that might serve the interest of nearest to dearest or a community, but at times you feeling overlooked, undervalued, or even misinterpreted by others. You may have been more involved with boats, charities, the arts, working with animals, or campaigning for the underprivileged, or working with the underprivileged, that kind of feel to it. Well, anyway, the news is that Neptune leaves this area. And I said the arts, particularly music and dancing, actually, because that's Neptune's particular area, but all of the arts. But anyway, from February the 4th, this coming year, 2012, Neptune leaves this area after more than 15 years, and then starts its transit of its own home sign, Pisces. And this may mean for you more of a pull to become involved with group efforts which serve the community, or maybe you just become more involved with a group of people who work together in the service of the community, or you find yourself collaborating with others who have a special area of interest or expertise in common, and your sense of duty is stimulated. But also because it's Neptune and it's very subtle and it's very sensitive and artistic, it might mean that you are connecting with others in sort of a team who are helping in some way the rest of us. This manifestation will get into gear properly from beginning the first week of February 2012. Pluto, now in Capricorn, continues to have a very positive effect on your sun sign, Taurus, and it's just deepening you. It's bringing a deeper appreciation of others, maybe helping you to find the thread of your own personal truth amid the myriad twists and turns of human mental constructs and perceptions, helping you distill the essence of whatever through maybe intellectual endeavor, travel, religion, yes, philosophies, the law, and that includes spiritual law, which is very different to human law, I'm sad to say. There should be a growing understanding of different systems of thought, more tolerance for others, more tolerance for different cultures, and also maybe another culture that's alien, a foreign culture, or just another group of people who are very different to you, can have a powerful effect on you. And also you can have a powerful effect across the wider stage on others, yourself, with what you say, what your wisdom is, what your knowledge is, what your opinions are. But if it's at all possible, then non-biased opinions, and what your ideologies are about. And with Pluto here, there's generally a process of cutting down to size and getting to the marrow of what a different ideology or system of thought is about, or using an ideology or an intellectual system which allows you to pare right down to the marrow of something and get to the bottom line and get into the secrets and distill the essence of it and find out about it. So the rose-tinted specks are removed, and you begin to see how something or someone that you had up there on a pedestal is really about or really works in practice, and your wisdom is growing and deepening with this one. And you Taurians, love relationships could connect it to somebody far away as well, or foreign culture. You Taurians born 26th to the 30th of April, will and from around about 5 to 10 degrees of a Taurus rising will feel this vibration mostly in 2012. It's going to be 2 solar eclipses in 2012. The first is on May the 30th, May the 20th at 0 degrees Gemini, and the other is on 13th of November at 21 degrees Scorpio. The first one in Gemini will send out a pulse of energy through coming months, providing there are contacts with important points in your natal chart. It will help trigger new beginnings with finances around property, maybe, or other material objects or equipment, which may help you ease things with your lines of supply, resources, help fill the piggy bank or improve the comfort zone. The second one is in your opposite sign, Scorpio. It'll send out a pulse of energy through the coming months from November the 13th. If you get aspects from the eclipse degree to points in your natal chart, and help you make the changes necessary, transformations necessary for improvements in close personal and professional relationships. But those changes are likely just to kind of sort of click into place. And then you want to know about the Mercury retrogrades as well. So every year Mercury goes retrograde for 3 times for 3 weeks each time. And this year it's going to be March the 12th to April the 4th. That'll be Pisces, Aries. And then July the 14th to August the 7th, that's going to be Cancer, Leo. And then from November the 6th to November the 26th, that's going to be Scorpio, Sagittarius. And if you would like to know any more information about the Grand Cross that's coming up, or the big hitters, the outer planets, and how it's going to affect us all, because remember, the whole of this forecast is going to be against the backdrop of huge dramatic change on our planet. So you might want to listen to that, and that will be on a video called The Shift 2012. And also you might like to listen to your rising sign and or your moon sign, see if that makes any sense to you. And I wish you well, and I will see you the next time.